Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today I am playing Cycle Storm. This deck is really awesome. It relies on cycling a bunch of creatures like Drannith Stinger, Drannith Healer. 22 creatures in the deck cycle for a single mana. Then eventually you're going to cast Songs of the Damned for a ton of mana because they're all in your graveyard, and Reaping the Graves, getting them all back from your graveyard. You can do this over and over and over until you draw enough of your deck to play out a Drannith Stinger, cycle some more, and ping your opponent to death. This deck is Brian Cook's 75. We are playing 11 lands with 3 Great Furnace, 4 Grim Search, which is a very powerful card in this deck. It bargains, and if it was bargained, you can look at the top 4 cards of your library, put up to 2 of them back on top of your library in any order, and then the rest into your graveyard, and then you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. This means you can put 4 cards in the graveyard, draw another 2, looking at 6 total cards. And if all of those are creatures, then it just makes your Songs of the Damned better, potentially making this almost a free spell. We're also playing a Singleton Ploy. This was an idea from Boundaries Blurred in the Pauper Storm discords, but this essentially gives you 6 kinds of, an effective 6 card draw spells, because you have 4 here, and then this has Jumpstart to replay it, basically. Plus, it gives you a little bit of random life gain, making your combo turn easier sometimes. The attack cards in the deck are 1 Blood Celebrant and 1 Repository Scob. So a Celebrant can make all the colors you need at the end of your turn, allowing you to go way over the top of Weatherstorm. And then Repository Scob is a card that can rebuy your Songs of the Damned, your Reaping the Graves. Just makes it like life is easy. We can cut those post-board if we need. I'm going to be using the sideboard guide from Brian Cook of the Epic Storm. That's provided as part of their Stormtrooper section on the YouTube, or you can actually just purchase it on his webpage, theepicstorm.com. Sideboard has a plan that's pretty cool with Titan Gravestalker. This allows you to pressure blue decks and make them spread out their plan, not having to deal with just your cycle plan, your combo plan, but they also have to deal with your beatdown plan. We have Siege Smash, which is a really good way to destroy relics because they have no way of interacting with it. Then we have Pyroblast, another Ploy, a Swamp, some Duress, a Fairy Macabre. All right, let's go ahead and hop into the matches. I was able to 5-0 with this the last time I tried. Let's see if I can get at least a little bit of success. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. We're here in round 1 versus Illuminati, and they are a known terror pilot, so I feel like it's going to be a tough matchup. Very well versed in playing Tellurian Terror. Play Great Furnace. I'm going to just go ahead and yield into the next end step here. I don't think there's anything they can do to interact with my Great Furnace. They're going to ponder on turn 1. So I kept this hand because we have, a slow start that can kind of pop off if it comes to that. We have a couple of land drops. Cycle the Healer. Finding a Dark Ritual. Songs of the Damned. So I could Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual. I think I just play the Barrenmoor, pass the turn. Our opponent cycles a Lorien Revealed, plays an island. We have nothing going on, but yeah, I think I pass. Our opponent brainstorms on my end step, and then they're just holding up interaction. Mono blue versus Storm is a sort of a classic matchup. Let's just put a Lotus Petal onto the table, pass the turn. Now, if they tap out, I can go Dark Ritual, Rowan's Grim Search, sacrificing the Lotus Petal. I don't really have to do anything. Play at the Great Furnace. So my problem here in the keep was specifically that I just didn't have any cyclers. But they're not doing anything, so it's not really bothering me at all. We're just drawing cards. Found a cycler. Go ahead and cycle the Venusaur. 2 cyclers now. Caravan makes 3. I found a Songs of the Damned. I'll put the Petal on the table. If they Spell Pierce it, I'm not going to pay. They're just passing. I have a really large amount of mana. This only makes 3 though. They hardcast a Cryptic Serpent. So if I drew a Reaping the Graves or another card draw spell, this would probably be a go time. I'll cycle the Barrenmoor. There's a Reaping the Graves. So let's try Dark Ritual. Another Dark Ritual. Another Dark Ritual. So Reaping can draw me 3 cards. Grim Search will probably get countered. Maybe they won't counter it. I think if this does not get countered, this is my best play. Counter spell. Alright, let's see what happens if I draw 3 cards. I just feel like this is my moment, but very limited amount of card draw. Cycle. I guess I should Cabal Ritual. Cycle. Another Grim Search, so we can bargain. Sacrificing the Great Furnace. And we don't want these cards because we already have a ton of mana. but we're looking for more ways to draw cards. So I'll pop off a Songs of the Damned, cycle this Stinger. Cabal Ritual is not very good. We have one draw left. Cycle. Found a Grim Search. Play the Vault, Cabal Ritual, cast the Grim Search. If I can find a Reaping now, I think I'll be in a good spot. We find Ploy. So I don't take the Ploy because I can just... We only have one blue source right now, so not worth taking it. Bunch of cards go to the graveyard. We found Reaping and Reaping. So I think I'm just going to cast Songs of the Damned and then Reaping. Because we only have 9 creatures in the graveyard. We'll get back the Healer as the first target. Not worried about my life total. We'll start with the Street Wraith, and then there's no other Street Wraiths, so I'll just go down the line. We have the songs in hand. I think it's our 3rd songs. Cycle the Street Wraith into a Horror, into a Great Furnace, or cycling. Scob is awesome because now I can scob back the songs and then just go off. So we most likely got it here. We have another songs. I could just return everything to hand. I'm going big. I'm going big. Maybe a little unnecessary. Carabid, we'll cycle it. Cycle the Vantasaur. Cycle another Vantasaur. We play Songs of the Damned. We'll start cycling again. 16 cards left. We have a lot of mana, so I think I'm just going to continue cycling, getting these Barrenmoors into the graveyard, finding more creatures. Okay, cycle the Healer. Another blue. Cycle the Horror. Yeah, so we have the game. We'll cycle. We'll go Petal, Petal, cycle Street Wraith, and now I have enough cards in my library. We can play the Ploy, discarding a Vault, and then discard another Vault. Cast the Celebrant, cast the Songs of the Damned, make blue, Scob, sack the Scob, get back the songs, cast the songs, Reaping, get back all the creatures. So I don't really have to worry that much. We're just going to put the Stingers on top of the pile, and then go down the line. I guess Street Wraith, Street Wraith, Street Wraith, and then go down the line. But it looks like our opponent's scooping. Cool, we take game 1. Now the sideboard strategy is going up on Pyros, bunch of Chitons, and we don't need the Scobs. We don't need quite as much draw spells. And we're going to trim on one each of these. I believe that is correct. The idea here is that Chitin Gravestalker, being a 5/4, can stop or pressure your opponent. You're going to either be able to block their terrors or try to slam in, causing them to have to manage that. Okay, so I think this hand is fine. We've got lands and cyclers. We're not like in the biggest rush. Our opponent kind of has to respect what we're doing and take it slow. But sometimes what they might do is turbo out a couple of terrors and then just sit on them. We did find a Gravestalker. So on turn 2, I can cycle the Horror. That's because this one costs black, whereas these cost generic, meaning that I can like cycle this off of anything, but I can only cycle the Horror off of the Barrenmoor. We'll cycle the Horror. Our opponent played another land. I'll play another land. Making land drops is good. Helps us force through their soft permission like Spell Pierce or Force Spike, and then it also allows us to continue to cycle. And I cycled on my main phase specifically because I felt like I want to try to hit a land. Let's see if we can hit a land. Cycle. I do have to play around Force Spike. That's a thing that they've been playing. So I think I play the Petal here. That played around Force Spike. Cycle the Vantasaur. Pass. Didn't really want them to counterspell it. Maybe it was not necessary for me to have to worry about that. They flip the Delver on a Hydroblast. Hydroblast is not a card I really care about, which is lucky. Like, in the end, if I'm actually winning, I'm not going to worry about the Hydroblast. It's going to be, we're going way over the top of that. I'll cycle a Carabid. That's 4 in the graveyard. Another Gravestalker. So I could crack this Lotus Petal and play double Gravestalker right now. I'll try it. Black, play a Gravestalker. So they have to use a counterspell. I mean, worried. I was playing around Force Spike before. Should I still play around it? Let's see if they have a Force Spike. They did not. I have a second Gravestalker to pressure them. They're going to get in for 5. I'm currently winning the race. Maybe. They're on a 4-turn clock. I'm on a 5-turn clock. Land, attack in. Now if I can find... I guess the Hydroblast stops my Pyroblast, so that's a thing. I just played my land, so I'm not planning on going off this turn. I guess I just pass. They attack for 3. Passing. I'll cycle a Healer. Cycle the Stinger. I'm not sure I want to cycle the Street Wraith because it's going to cost me some life changing my clock. I think I'll go to the next turn. Cabal Ritual. Let's attack. They're at 10. They attack for 3. One thing I could do is try Dark Ritual into return some cyclers, including the Chitin Gravestalker. They Thought Scour themselves. Milling Delver, Serpent, Thought Scour. Plays another Thought Scour. Milling Lorien, Hydroblast, Thought Scour. They play a land. They play a Tolarian Terror. Okay. So they're holding up Hydroblast. I think I want to go to my turn and try to combo them. Is that dumb? Might be dumb. Because they only have one piece of interaction. We can definitely make a ton of mana. Alright, I'll take a draw. One issue is that we only have the one red. So I'm going to start by attacking. We have 3 Lotus Petals and... Okay, they're going to block. That's actually pretty good for me. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Wall Ritual. Wall Ritual again. I'll cycle the Street Wraith. I'll go to 6, 2-turn clock. I think it's worth it. I think I can get there. I could be wrong. Another Cabal Ritual. Let's float a red. Grim Search. Keeping the red up. Bargaining the Great Furnace. So we found Pyroblast. And then we'll have 7. If I take the Dark Ritual, I get to get back all my creatures. But maybe it's better not to. 6. Like, I'm not sure if I want to return the Chitin. I'll take the Dark Ritual. Could be wrong. This is a hard decision, right? I'll take the Dark Ritual. We go Dark Ritual. Cast Songs of the Damned. Reaping the Graves. Targeting the Chitin Gravestalker. And then I guess I want to put the Street Wraith on the bottom of the pile. So we'll go Horror, Vantasaur, Vantasaur, Carabid, Carabid, Healer, Stinger. What have I not targeted? The other Chitin? Target the other Gravestalker. I could just bring everything back here. Maybe that's fine. Alright, we'll bring everything back. This means that I can still cycle all the stuff I have. And then if I find another red source, maybe I can just kill them. Because I can Pyroblast or Hydroblast. We'll cycle the Horror. Another Carabid. We'll cycle. We'll cycle. Another Carabid. I mean, that was another Chitin Gravestalker, which I was looking at before. Grim Search. Don't really want to use just yet. Cycle Vantasaur. Another Pyro. Cycle. Cycle this land. Another Reaping. I'll cycle the Healer. There's a Songs, so I'm good to combo more. Cycle. There's a Petal. Another red source. Cycle a Gravestalker. Kind of stinks that it's costing me 2 mana to do that. We'll cycle a Horror. Cycle a Stinger. Cycle another Stinger. It looks like I'm probably going to get there. I'm not playing the Vault because I'm waiting for a Great Furnace. Cycle. There's the Great Furnace. Play the Great Furnace. Tap these lands. I can cycle the Gravestalker again. Then go Songs of the Damned. And then I just Reaping, play out my Stingers, and then they die. So hopefully Brian thinks I did a good job there. I feel good about it. Reaping the Graves. Get back everything. We'll target the Stingers first. And then go down the line. Did not get back everything, apparently. Only 12 Storm. This is surely the thinking man's Storm deck. I have all my yields turned off so I can respond with a Pyroblast. They Hydroblast. We knew about that card. We're going to Pyroblast. They actually might be bringing in Gut Shots here, so we don't want to go to 0 life. Play out the Stinger. I will cycle the Horror. I only have to cycle 5 creatures, and I have 11 or 10 mana left. We got there. When it gives us a GG. Pew pew. See you in round 2. We're here in round 2. We're on the draw. We have 3 cyclers. This seems fine. So we have things to do with all of our mana on turn 1 and 2. When it's on Vault of Whispers into a Blood Fountain. Likely a Jund deck. If they're going to Wildfire me, so I'll play out the Great Furnace. And Brian told me maybe it's a good idea to lead on the Great Furnace because it is, if they're going to blow it up, rather than blow that up than your Vault of Whispers. They play Plains. This is probably Orzhov Blade, a deck that could be playing Bojuka Bog, so I have to consider playing around Bojuka Bog. I'll play a Vault of Whispers and pass. I want to take it probably as slow as I can. Instant Ramen. Okay, so this is the black-white food pest, probably. They play a Lembas. Okay, they are going to scry and draw. We really have to watch out for the Bojuka Bog in the main. They go 0 top, 1 bottom. I'll cycle 3 creatures in the graveyard. Cycle that, or yeah, 3 now in the graveyard. Find a Vantasaur. I think I should cycle the Vantasaur. Find a Carabid. Let's play the Baronmore. Maybe I shouldn't have even cycled this Vantasaur there, because now if they play out Bojuka Bog, I'm going to be losing 4 creatures. This is also a deck that could be playing Nile Spellbombs in the main deck. They whiffed on lands last turn. Wonder what they're going to do here. Oh, they also can play Thraben Charms. We're leaving up the Vault of Whispers so that we can go Dark Ritual, Grim Search if something crazy happens. They refurbish Familiar. So I can discard either Petal or Carabid. I think it's probably... might even just be Dark Ritual. think I'm going to discard the Dark Ritual. My plan now is actually to go to their next end step and then Grim Search away the Lotus Petal. They discard a Thorn of the Black Rose with a Blood token. Play a Plains. Play a Glinthawk. They're going to pick up the Refurbished Familiar. So maybe it's my time to try to go for it. They picked up the Limbus. Cycle. Another Dark Ritual. I can leave the Vault of Whispers in hand for the Refurbished Familiar. So I think I pass. They will replay the Limbus. Trying to draw into land still. They had made a land drop the previous turn. Maybe it's not a food deck specifically. Plays a Swamp. Okay. Take it in for 4. Not tapping out of... so let's just cycle. They have a Thraben Charm available, potentially. Cycle again. Double Grim Search. There's a Reap in the Graves. Okay. So I think I'm going to try to make it happen. Play Lotus Petal. Play Dark Ritual. Let's Grim Search. We just need to find mana. Bargain away the Vault Whispers. Songs of the Damned. Well, Dark Ritual. Storm is 4. So if I Songs of the Damned, they respond with a Thraben, then I have to... I guess I just see if they have the Thraben here. Songs? Question mark? They didn't do it. Okay. So now I can bargain. Sacrifice a land. Go to 12. Finding another Reaping. Don't know. I guess if they have Thraben, I want more Reapings. But I'm really... I was hoping to find a Songs of the Damned. Find a Lotus Petal. That adds a Storm count, which is good. Storm 7. Reap in the Graves. Attempt to get my creatures back. I'm going to use a red source, red mana. I feel like I'm going to have to use all my mana here regardless. They have the Thraben Charm? No, they flash in an instant ramen. Okay. I was afraid for nothing apparently, but it was good to play around it. We have no street wraiths to bring back, so I'll just click a bunch of creatures. Now I'm going to cycle with these on the stack, trying to find the Songs of the Damned. Dark Ritual, that's good. Gives me 2 more cycles. I'll cycle a healer, another healer. I'm not going to cycle the Baron more. Cycle the Carabid. Grim Search. I think bargaining, seeing 6 cards is worth using this. We find the songs. Sick. Then we can bin the rest. So this actually only cost me 1 mana. We put more creatures in the graveyard. Cabal Ritual, let's go. Alright. Easy game. Now it's just executing. Cycle. Another Cabal. Creatures going back to hand. We're cycling. We cycle a healer. Another healer. So I have 2 mana. 2 colored mana right now. Cycle the Carabid. I think I can just win. Cycle another Carabid. Cycle a Vantasaur. 1 mana left over. Now I have Songs of the Damned. Cabal Ritual. There's what? 18 creatures in the graveyard. I'm just going to cycle the Baron more in case I can find another spell. And I found a 6th spell in Songs of the Damned. Songs of the Damned. We have 16. We're going to miss on 1 creature. Reap in the Graves. Just target the Vantasaur at the bottom. And then go down the line. Knowing that I won't get back the last Carabid. Ooh. Then I'll return everything to hand. With 34 mana, it's fine. We're just going to play out the Stingers. We don't really need to worry about our life total. So we don't have to play out the healer for that reason. Zap you. They take 2, and we're going to start blasting. Our opponent scoops. I believe this is a deck we want the Seed Smashes in. So I've been told to bring in 2 Duresses and just trim. This allows me to potentially beat a Thraben Charm. We will not be able to beat an onboard Nile Spellbomb other than having to use like double reaping to get through it. I don't know what I would cut if I was going to go for Siege Smash 2, but we don't want to water down our plan too much. Game 2. We're on the draw. We have a 0 land hand. We could potentially cycle the Street Wraith to find a land, but even if we did, I mean, that would probably be good, but we're not going to take that risk. And we'll mulligan again. Here I will put down the Blood Celebrant, I could put down the Cabal Ritual and then just duress them turn 1. That seems fine to me actually, because I could hit their Nile Spellbomb early, or whatever they have going on. Let's duress you. Cast down Thraben Charm. They have Fairy Macabre as well. Take the Thraben Charm. Cast down doesn't do anything. The Fairy Macabre is not the worst. They play Vault of Whispers. They could Glinthawk back a land. They hit me with a duress. Unfortunate. That was their top deck. So the most powerful card in my hand right now is the Grim Search, even though we haven't gotten to the mana to cast it. They took the Songs of the Damned. Fairy Macabre messes up the Repository Scob pretty good though. So they've used the Glinthawk to pick up a land. Let's cycle the Stinger. Looking for a land. We'll cycle Street Wraith. We'll cycle a Street Wraith. We found a land. It's important to just get that going, I think. They play the Plains out. Vault in hand still, 1 unknown. Puts me to 14. My turn. I'll play my Vault of Whispers, pass the turn. They play the Vault. Dust to Dust. Alright, let's Grim Search a land away then. We'll take Songs of the Damned, and that's gonna be it. Maybe the Barrenmoor? I could take the Dark Ritual and then Dark Ritual cycle looking for another land. Or I could just take the Barrenmoor. That's a tough question. I think I'm just taking the songs. Okay, we have a land gone. Puts me to 10. We found a Vault of Whispers. So now I need, I guess, we need some Storm Count when it gets in for 2. They put me to 8. They could play the Fairy Macabre right now as an attacker and be on a 2-turn clock. Skyfisher, still a 2-turn clock, I guess. Plays a Vault and a Lembas. They scry bottom, so they have 1 top deck and 2 cards we know about. I'll cycle a Healer and a Grim Search. I'm gonna cycle the Stinger. On Reaping the Graves. So I could cast Songs of the Damned and then they Fairy Macabre. So they only makes 5 mana. And then I Grim Search looking for more mana. Cast the Songs. They didn't do anything. We will bargain. Sacrifice. We'll take none of the creatures. Cycle the Carabid. Cabal Ritual is good. See, if they use the Fairy Macabre earlier, the better, because they could, if they don't use it, we can scob back the songs. That would be really big for me. But I don't think they're gonna bite. Play the Lotus Petal. If I use 3 mana, I'll go to 3-4 mana. I think I have to cast the Ploy. I'll discard. Did I play a land this turn? We have not played a land. I think I will just discard the Scob. Play the Cabal Ritual. We'll go Great Furnace, Reaping the Graves. Try to get back some creatures. We can afford to cycle 2 Street Wraiths. So we'll go Street Wraith, or Healer, Carabid, and Stinger. A lot of the times you'll find your opponent just sitting there thinking about it. So we're just waiting on them to do their thing. Okay, so my opponent has chosen to Macabre the 2 Street Wraiths. Maybe I should have chosen 4 Street Wraiths then. We will cycle, Dark Ritual, okay. Cycle again, another Dark Ritual. Cycle a Carabid. Healer, I'll cycle the Healer. Guess I Dark Ritual. Cycle the Stinger. On a Lotus Petal. So I think I have enough mana to cycle here in case I find a songs, but I did not. So I go Lotus Petal, blue, Ploy, discard the Furnace, up to 21. They have no more Macabre in hand. We have run out a lot of resources. They get in 4/4. They refurbish Familiar. Alright, I'll discard the Carabid, I guess. Plays a land, 1 card in hand. I could still win if I had Songs of the Dam off the top. I could Songs into Rowan's Grim Search, trying to find the Reaping, get back my other stuff. Alright, should I try to go for it right now? I think I should. Songs, bargain. We know that the Blood Celebrant is the bottom of the deck. I think I'm going to have to draw all the way there regardless. I'm not going to worry about the Great Furnace. I can take Duress, Reaping. The Duress doesn't... Oh no, we know they have Cast Down. So I just take double Reaping. Maybe it's a good idea to take Duress Reaping because then they can't cast down my Scob. But I can't get back the Scob this turn. If I get back the Scob, we have 1 Lotus Petal, 2. This is real bad. At least I can get back some creatures. Alright, I'll take Duress Reaping. Duress you. Then take the cast down. Reaping the Graves. Get the Scob. And then I'm hoping to draw into... Get back Street Wraith. There's no more Street Wraiths. So some random creature. We're trying to find a Lotus Petal. We found a Reaping. Cycle. Vault of Whispers. Cycle again. Dark Ritual. Bummer. Play the Vault. Pass. I'm at 11. I guess I'm dead on the next turn. I don't know what the correct play there was. I'd like people to chime in and tell me. That's a what would you do moment for sure. We go to 5. I have to find a Lotus Petal or I guess we've used what? Let's see. 1 songs, 2. So Dark Ritual, and then I could Grim Search into a songs. This has been way too grindy. They could also have top decked a Thraben Charm, I suppose. Can't beat that. Let's see if we can find it. I think I have to bin these. Wow. Songs of the Damned. That was lucky. Cast Lotus Petal. Blue. Cast the Scob. There's really nothing I can do here other than attempt to just do my thing. The last card was a cast down. Okay, unfortunate. We have 5 cards left. So I think I'm Reaping, getting back Scob. Then I can't use things that How do I even win this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've used all the songs, but not all the reapings. So I just get everything back. Cycle, cycle. Cycle again. Cycle. Do I have enough? Play the Blood Celebrant. Wait, so there maybe is a reaping on the bottom? So I have to go blue, play the Scob. This is pretty wild. Sacrifice it, get back the songs, cast the songs, make a white, play a healer, cycle. Ah, okay. I don't know what happened. I just miscounted. Fair enough. I think let's see, yeah, I just miscounted. All good. So they have a lot of interaction. Feels like Scob is not very good then. Bring the Vantasaur. I actually think they might be weak to the chitin plan. I'm not going to pivot around too much. Not too much. We'll just bring back the Vantasaur, cutting the Scob, and then go from there. Can we win game 3 here versus Orzhov Sewers? Orzhov Junk. They mulligan to 6. I'll play a Vault. Our opponent plays a Goldmire Bridge. I think I'm interested in cycling, trying to find land drops. We did not find a land drop. Cycle a Vantasaur. Cycle. Cycle again. A little bit nervous here. Let's pass. Okay, so we have 4 creatures in the graveyard. They have a duress. They take my Dark Ritual. I don't like my spot anymore. I'll cycle the Carabid. Like, what should I do? Okay, I'll pass. We have a bunch of creatures in the graveyard just sitting there, which I don't like. We have 5 cards to draw from hand. So if I Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, I can draw 5 cards. But I could have done that there as well. And I'm wondering if I should have. They have another duress. Probably takes the Dark Ritual. They took the Cabal Ritual. Plays a Glenhawk to pick up a tap land. Replays the tap land. So they can't play Thraben Charm right now. They could have Macabre. Let's start on cycling. Play the Vault, pass the turn. When it gets in for 2. I guess if they have a Dust to Dust right now, it'll be a big problem. I'll have the Dark Ritual and do triple cycle. Our opponent plays a Glenhawk. I guess they're currently representing a Thraben Charm because they didn't play anything else. Don't know that I can beat that at the moment. I think I just have to cycle. Now I found a Grim Search. Play the Baronmoor. They're going to get in. Maybe I can put the healer onto the table and then stem the tide a little bit. Plays a Goldmire Bridge. I'll cycle Stinger. Take a draw. Cycle a Vantasaur. This is so bad. Cycle a Vantasaur. I don't know. At some point, I'm not going to be able to play around what they have. They get in for 4. Plays a Skyfisher. So we're dead next turn. So I can just cycle the Street Wraith right now. Finding another Vault. Found Reaping the Graves. Alright. Dark Ritual. Bargain. Go to 2 life. Let's take the Dark Ritual. Play Lotus Petal. We do have the Ploy. Play Dark Ritual. I'll cycle. There's a Duress. I'll cycle. So the best draw for me is the songs now. So I can Duress into the songs. Cycle. I think I'm going to lose if I don't draw the songs. Cycle again. There's the songs. So we will hit them with a Duress. Now they have the Thraben Charm. That was good that I was able to draw that at that moment. So I think I want to cast the songs and then cycle the Baronmoor because I might draw another spell to cast and get back more creatures. But if it's a cycler, I don't think, and I can't cast the Rowan's Grim Search. So I have to Reap in the Graves, get back Healer, go for the Stinger. Maybe they have a Fairy Macabre too. We'll go Stinger, 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 Healer, Vantasaur, Vantasaur, Horror. The funny thing is my opponent's been sitting here for like 4 minutes trying to figure out what to do. So I think it's possible that they are the one that might time out. So they ended up hitting me with Stinger, or getting rid of 2 creatures. They have Skyfisher and Plains. And then we're going to try to find a Lotus Petal. We have a Dark Ritual. Cycle the Vantasaur. Lotus Petal would allow me to start gaining some life so I can cast the Grim Searches. Cycle. Another songs. I'm going to cycle. Cycle again. We might just run out of life to play with. Cycle. Cycle. We're just on the back end of the draws. Wow. Found the Reap in the Graves. Dark Ritual. How many creatures do we have in the graveyard? 8. Let's play 1 Songs of the Damned. Reaping everything back. Putting the healer on the... Let's just get... Just get everything back. How do I want to play this? I think I get everything back and then try to find... Yeah. We're just going to try to find a petal. I'll cycle. There's a Lotus Petal. White. Cast the healer. Now I can cycle the Horror. Puts me to 3 life. And I can Grim Search. Bargain. It's a bit risky. Maybe I should cycle first? Yeah, probably. Let's cycle. This mostly because I don't have any mana in hand. Like if I cast the songs, I don't get anywhere with it. We have 15 cards left. Another Duress doesn't do anything. Cycle. Another Reaping the Graves. Cycle. Don't want to run out of mana. There is the Celebrant. And cycle. Cast the Songs of the Damned. Not a lot of mana. Let's bargain. Looking for mana. Take one Cabal Ritual. We will Cabal Ritual. So I've used 1, 2 songs, and then 3. There's 1 left. I think I can cycle then. I will look at the top 6 cards in my library. Grim Search. We have to remember that we'll draw 2 here. I want to take the Songs of the Damned, and then I'll have 1 card left. Yeah, that maximizes, I think. Okay. I'll have 0 cards left. Okay, Cabal Ritual, Songs of the Damned, Blood Celebrant, Reaping the Graves. Do I have enough mana? Maybe not. Don't know if I have enough mana. Wow. So maybe I should have taken that Lotus Petal there. That would have been enough mana. I think I'm going to be 1 damage short. Brutal. Make red. Make red. Oh, we have a Street Wraith. Amazing. Cabal. This is Exacxes. Turn off all the auto yields. Cycle. I love that. Oh, I almost killed myself too there. I didn't pay attention to how much life I had. But they are dead. What a game. We want to make sure that we do not respond. We do not resolve the cycling triggers. From my end, that was a crazy, crazy game. Pretty intense match. We have exactly enough mana and exactly enough creatures. Can you believe it? Pew pew. So the question is, did I play it well or did I just flub it so badly that I was barely able to pull it out? Amazing. Got him. We'll see you in round 3. We're here in round 3 versus save. I think this is a keep. Got 3 cyclers, decent chunk of mana. We're lacking on black sources. Our opponent's on mono red. That's scary. Mono red can be a beating for sure. So we do have a Street Wraith. We have Stingers. The Street Wraith is a liability and an asset because it just allows us to go off a lot faster. They play a Skittering Kitten. They are on a Madness Burn variant. Gets in for 2. We'll go to 17. We pass. I'll cycle. We draw a land. Draw Reaping the Graves. I can cycle the Stinger. They're not likely to turn 3 me. I think I want to play the Great Furnace and then pass the turn. We're going to rely on Lotus Petal for our black source, and then we can cycle the Baron Moor and the Street Wraith. I'm nervous about the amount of damage that they might have in their hand. Right now they could discard a Fiery Temper for 3. They discard a Sneaky Snacker, so they might use the Skittering Kitten right now to get the Snacker back. They do get 2 Snackers back. Seems to be go time. They can't Madness in anything else right now. I'll cycle. Go to 13. And a Grim Search. So I'll go Lotus Petal. Pop off a Dark Ritual. We could lose to Bolt, Fire Blast. That's 7 damage, so we want to stay above 7 for a little bit. Cycle Street Wraith. Go to 11. I will cycle the Baron Moor. Cabal Ritual. Cast a Cabal Ritual. Cast Blood Celebrant. Cast Lotus Petal. Bargain. Sacrifice. This puts me to 9. I don't think we want the Scob right now, so we're bending everything. Find a healer. I can cycle the healer. Cycle a Stinger. Cycle a Carabid. Running out of mana. We have the Ploy. Let's Dark Ritual. Then convert to blue. Cast a Hottest Ploy. Discard the Great Furnace. Cabal Ritual. Reaping the Graves. Get back. We have 10 creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have enough to give everything back, I think. I'll target the Scob. I do have to hit a Songs of the Damned right now. We get Street Wraith, and then go down the line. Cycle, go to 12. Uh-oh. Cycle, I'm at 10. Cycle a healer. I have 1 more look. Cycle a Vantasaur. Did not get there. So everything comes back, I guess. We had not played a land. I guess I can cycle. If I find like a Dark Ritual, I can keep going. Grim Search. Yeah, this is going to be deadzo. I'll let them kill me, I suppose. Discard, discard, discard. I do feel that it was necessary to go off there, and I just didn't find songs in the top 31 cards. They grab the prize, discarding Gutter Snipe. Get in. I'll block here so I'm not dead to Lightning Bolt. I'm dead to Fire Blast. They don't have a Fire Blast. I'll cycle. We don't have songs still. Cycle of Vantasaur. Somehow I'm still alive here. Go Dark Ritual. What can I do? I think I have to Grim Search. Trying to find a songs. Go to 2 life. There's a songs. Didn't really afford to take the Grim Search here. Maybe if I took the Vault, that would have been better, because then I could have gone songs. Yeah, I didn't play land. So I think the mistake there was not taking the vault. I could have taken the vault and then gone songs, scob the songs. They clearly don't have a fire blast or I'd be dead. So now all I have to do is try and find another songs. We'll cycle. There's a lotus petal. That can get me a songs. Cycle. There's a reaping. So maybe I am going to win here. Another songs. Cycle. I guess my fizzle didn't end up working out. Just taking it down. Cycle. Cycle the healer. Go to 1. Songs of the Damned. I cannot cycle the Street Wraith here. Do not do that. Scob. Now I'm just going big. They just didn't have the fire blast. Lucky for me. Grab these songs. Cast the songs. I could have gone, maybe it makes sense to ploy. Maybe I'll ploy later. Ploy gives me more storm count though, so let's actually go blue. Ploy. Discard the Street Wraith that I can't use. Gain some life. We'll discard Baronmore. Cycle. I'm at 13 now. Now I think I should just, let's see. I'll keep cycling. We've only a storm 9. Okay. Bargain. Go back to 11. Take the songs. Ball Ritual. Songs of the Damned. Reaping the Graves. Get back the Scob. And then we bring everything back that I can. I definitely want the Blood Celebrant. And then I can take Healer, Stinger, 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 Street Wraith, Vantasaur, going down the line. I don't know if I need the healer right now. Play the Celebrant. Red, 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 red. Play Stinger, another Stinger, another Stinger, and another Stinger. Our opponent concedes. Well, I think we got away with that. Let's see what happens in the post board. I believe I just resubmit. We do have a second ploy in the sideboard. I don't know if I want 2 ploys or not. I think Grim Search is crazy good, but let's try second ploy. All right, let's mulligan a no-lander. We have 1 land. I'm going to keep and put back the Blood Celebrant. We have to remember that it's at the bottom of the deck. I'm putting mulligan to 5. Does that mean they have graveyard hate? It probably does. Plays an Epicure on turn 1. Play our tap land. We are definitely getting a slow start here, but they did mulligan hard. And they're a resource deck too. They need a lot of things to go right for them to continue moving. Maybe they mulligan into grab the prize, the Sneaky Snacker here. They discard a Fiery Temper, puts me to 16, and then 15 off the attack. All I can do is cycle, hoping for a land. Maybe we found a land. Maybe I should have put back the Reaping the Graves. I don't know. They play out an Epicure, and then they hit me with another Fiery Temper. I'll go to 10 here. They're coming out fast. I really need, or I'm looking to find some lands. Otherwise, we're not really getting going. Cycle. I'll discard this healer. Given that I have the Songs of the Damned, grab the prize, discarding a mountain. They draw 2 cards. What's my best draw? I have no idea. I feel like I still need 1 more turn to set up. They put me to 8. 3 cards in hand. Plays a land. They suspend a highway robbery. Or plot it. I think I have to just hope I'm not dead. I'll cycle this Vantasaur. It's because I need every bit of mana possible. And then I will discard Grim Search. Next turn I definitely can go for it, but I think I might be dead already. They're going to float mana. No? They float 1 mana. They're going to sacrifice their land. Go up to 4 cards in hand. They just need to find 6 damage. Best case scenario for me is they draw a bunch of Sneaky Snackers they can't use. Plays a Skittering Kitten. This puts me to 5. I probably should have just cast the songs and tried to go for it. I forgot that I maybe could draw a Dark Ritual there. Fiery Temper puts me to 2. The likelihood that I live here is really low. Grab the prize, Sneaky Snacker, win the game. So I think that was just me not taking the risk. Darn. I have to just try again. Okay. I'm on the play. Let's keep. I have a land that can cycle on turn 1. I have a Lotus Petal. Street Wraith is a free cycle. Vault, go. Rolling on Mountain. Kitten, okay. They'll put me to 19. That's the Masked Meower from Spider-Man with a Through the Omen Pass version. I like to just call it Skittering Kitten. I'm a Magic Online player, but for it's definitely Masked Meower for the paper players. Find another Reaping the Graves and a Dark Ritual. I will cycle. I think I should cycle a Street Wraith. Cycle Vantasaur. 3 creatures in the graveyard. Found the Songs of the Damned. I can probably try to go off on the next turn. It's their turn 2 here. Do I need to go off on turn 3? That's the question. They apparently don't have a land drop. Getting in for 1. We'll go to 16. They sacrifice, discarding Sneaky Snacker, play a mountain, and then they're going to tap out, discarding a Faithless Looting to get the Snacker back. My best draw is a run of Cyclers. Draw Grim Search. Go Dark Ritual. So I guess I should just bargain. Bargain. That was not good. If we take the Great Furnace, then I can cycle the Stinger here. If I don't and I draw no lands. Alright, I'm just gonna put all that to the graveyard. Go Lotus Petal. Here, Lotus Petal Cabal Ritual is pretty solid because now I can make a bunch of Storm. But then I can also Cabal Ritual and now cycle the Stinger. Storm is 6. Okay, another Stinger's good. 6 creatures in the graveyard. 7 creatures with a Vantasaur. Dark Ritual. I have a Street Wraith in the graveyard. So I could, let's see. I could Songs and then get stuff back. Or I can just Reap in the Graves and cycle the Street Wraith. Might find mana. I think I target the Vantasaur, leaving 1 mana open. If I cycle into a Dark Ritual, then I can get even deeper. I'll put the Street Wraith as the first target. Let's see what we draw. Cycle. Healer. I can cycle the healer. We've used 2 Lotus Petals. We have 1 more Lotus Petal in the deck plus the Blood Celebrant. That's not a lot. It's probably, I mean, I'm just digging deeper but not being able to cast my blue spells. Alright, let's get Songs of the Damned. Cycle the healer. 6 mana floating. Another Reaping. We are really looking for rituals. We might just die, but there's a ritual. Gotta play to your outs. So we wouldn't have really gotten anywhere by cycling the healer. I think this just leaves us with the most ability to do stuff. Another Cabal Ritual. I'll cycle a Horror. Found the Blood Celebrant. So now I don't need the colored source. Dark Ritual. Cycle a Stinger. Cycle a Healer. Another Lotus Petal. The last cycle. Cycle Vantasaur. Cycle a Stinger. 6 mana floating. We have seen 32 cards now. Another Reaping. Play out the Lotus Petal. Reaping everything back. Now we really don't have very much mana. We can cycle Street Wraith and then 3 other creatures. Cycle. I'm at 8 life. Cycle again. We're just, I can't cast the Ploy. I have 1 more opportunity after this. I'll cycle. Did we get there? Tried to maximize. Looks like we missed. That was unfortunate. I'm not sure. I might have a land drop. We have very few creatures in the graveyard. I do have a land drop. Guess I'm cycling. Oh man. The Cabal Ritual. Okay. Pass. Let's see. We can get rid of the Jumpstart card. Then a bunch of creatures. Opponent puts me into 6. Double Bolt kills me. Felt like I was super dead already. They have Older and Epicure to put me to 5. Epicure to 4, and then Fire Blast. We saw a very large percentage of the deck with no songs. I would chalk that up to variance. I don't know if I could have managed it any differently. It's very unfortunate that now Magic Online doesn't give you the draw a card and check out the bottom of your deck, but we'll go on to round 4. We're here in round 4 on the play versus Siraj. I know that they are a Fairies player. I can't keep a no-lander. I can probably keep this one. The question is, do I need the Lotus Petal? I don't think I need the Lotus Petal. And we will play out the Great Furnace and pass. Fairies is going to play out very similarly to the Terror matchup, but a little bit more interaction. Cycle. They played an island on turn 1. Found a Vault of Whispers. I'll pass the turn. They flash in. No, they cycle Lorien Revealed. So that means that they're not playing their standard fairies right now. I just assumed that they were. It could be on any sort of thing. I'll cycle. If this might be like a UB Fae. Let's cycle a Carabid. 3 creatures in the graveyard. Multiple Baron Moors. Let's play the Vault of Whispers. These are free cycles right now. They ponder. Lorien, ponder, basic lands, fancy basic lands. I'm just going to assume it's mono blue terror. No, mono blue black terror. They could have a main deck Bajuka. Find a Great Furnace. I'll cycle the other Baron Moor. And I find a healer, I can cycle the healer. Find a Dark Ritual. I'll play the Great Furnace. Pass the turn. We've seen 8 of our 11 lands, so we're running out of lands. Wonder if they just slam a Thorn here. They play an Augur of Bolas. I'm confident this is a Dimir Fairies deck. Revealing a Brainstorm. I'll cycle. Blood Celebrant. I'll cycle again. I could play the Blood Celebrant out. Cycle Street Wraith as a blocker so they can't ninja me. Cycle a healer. We're almost 20 cards deep. Cycle a healer. Found a Stinger. Cycle a Vantasaur. Found the Reap in the Graves. Gonna cycle a Stinger. Find a Vault. So if I play the Blood Celebrant and they Spell Setter, I can go Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Lotus Petal, Reaping. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get 6 creatures back, and I'll have a decent amount of mana. So it's 2, I'll have 3 mana. Plus 3 go to 6, 7, 8, 9. Try the Blood Celebrant. Okay. They cast down the Blood Celebrant. Okay. I lost out on that storm. They brainstorm. So the worst case scenario now is if they just jam a Bojuka Bog. So I would have to try to Cabal Ritual in response. And then if they have a regular counterspell, it's a problem. Outplayed. Cabal Ritual. And they counterspell. So can I even win? We have 2 Stingers left. Let's bargain away Vault. Or Great Furnace. I take the Grim Search. 2 creatures in the graveyard. Dark Ritual. Bargain. Sacrifice the Vault. We have nothing really going on. You can take Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, and then go Ritual, Ritual, Ploy. We have 1, 2, 3 creatures in the graveyard. Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Lotus Petal, blue, Ploy. Discard the Lotus Petal. Discard the Reaping. Cycle. Reaping. So maybe if I hit songs, they really hosed me there. And maybe that was my fault. Cycle. Cycle. Probably should have been more confident, more careful. Stupid fairies. My opponent was able to get the Bojuka Bog in their top 15, and I was not able to find a single Songs of the Damned in, or maybe I found 1? No, 0 Songs of the Damned in 38 cards. Opponent's holding up a Spellsetter Sprite. They find a Lorien Revealed off the Augur of Bolas so they can have double blue open. 4 cards in hand. I think the mistake was just recycle. Found a land, I'll pass. I think that my mistake was that I didn't respect the Bojuka Bog there and I played out the Celebrant. So we have 2 petals. We only have 1 oh my god, we only have 2 petals left in the deck. Blood Celebrant is gone. Winning this would be some sort of miracle. They cast a ninja, or they put a ninja on the table. Sure. We have 1 Great Furnace, so I have 3 red sources left in the deck to cast the Stingers with. I basically can't use the Scob now. They find a cast down. The Scob is pretty dead. I wonder if I should try to Grim Search, because if they counter it, then they're tapped out. And they might be scared to do that. Take Songs, Cabal. I'll jam a Cabal Ritual. We'll cycle. Now I just have to find another Songs of the Damned, because they clearly have Spellsetter. Dark Ritual, cycle, cycle again. And cycle Stinger. Lotus Petal. Can't beat it. They just didn't have anything. Okay. Get back Stinger. Bring all these cards back. I'll cycle the Street Wraith. I'll go to 2. Probably is fine. Cycle. Another Songs of the Damned. Cast a Stinger. Cycle a Horror. See if they want to use their removal spell or whatever they're going to do. They go for a cast down. I'll cycle in response. Push it to 18. Cycle. Wait, no. Now they're at 18. Cycle again. I feel like there is a chance here. I'm feeling like there's a chance. I have quite a bit of mana. Street Wraith I cannot use. So, Great Furnace. Tap my lands. Songs of the Damned. I just cast another Songs of the Damned. Songs of the Damned, Songs of the Damned. Reaping the Graves. No sense in returning the Street Wraith. The last red source. Did I lose a petal? No. So I have 1 petal left. Here comes a Stinger. Cycle. Now if they have a Snuff out, it will actually sort of help me. Cycle. We have a huge amount of mana. How many Reapings have I used? 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 Reapings. So I just lose unless I scob back the Reaping. Wow. But I have to find my Lotus Petal. And they have to have not Snuff out. That's a lot to ask. Cycle. 1, 2, 3. Feels like they have the Snuff out, so probably dead. I wish they would just handle it. Alright, friend. Make your decision. What's it going to be? Scob. Do you have any answers? It took me way too many cards. Sure. They have gotten us good. I got outplayed. We're going to do the classic anti-blue plan. Trimming just like before. Okay, we are on the play. We can keep. Try not to walk into a Bojuka Bog so heavily. I will lead on the Great Furnace and pass a turn. They play an island. I think it's fine to cycle. Get a couple of more looks. Draw. Reaping. I'll cycle again. And then I'll play my tap land. There's nothing I can do right now. I'm just going to pass their end step. They play out an island. Holding up interaction. I'll play a Vault of Whispers. Your turn. This would be a turn. We'll have 4 creatures in the graveyard where I could potentially cast a Gravestalker. Fairy Seer into Swamp. I will cycle a healer. Cycle a Stinger. We We have double Reap in the Graves, Cabal Ritual, 4 creatures in the graveyard. Play a Vault of Whispers. I got kind of punished for playing out my Baron more, but we could be 1 card deeper. Our opponent attacking in for 1. They have a Ninja of the Deep Hours. They draw up to 7 cards. Plays Bojuka Bog. Let's go Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual. I just have so much going on with the Reaping already, it doesn't matter. We're Reaping, get some stuff back. We're gonna miss 1 healer. Sad. I probably should have targeted the healer instead of the Carabid. Creatures go away. Cycle. Another, that's the 4th Reaping. Cycle again. There's a Songs, and I'll cycle. Cycle the Baron more. 3 creatures in the graveyard. Vantasaur. You might have Dispel. I'll cycle the Vantasaur. That was dumb to tap the mountain, or the Great Furnace. Land. I think I pass. Looking for some Chitin Gravestalkers. Opponent draws a card with their Ninja of the Deep Hours, going to 8. They play a land. They can just hang out on this Ninja for a long time and not do anything if they want. You can tell that they're dedicated to this deck because they have the old frame Bojuka Bog. There's a Gravestalker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play this Gravestalker out. Maybe I also should have played some Lotus Petals. So they have a cast down. Okay. Yeah, if I played the Lotus Petals out and then the Gravestalker, then their cast down would have given me a Storm count into Reaping the Graves to get my stuff back and replay the Gravestalker, but as it is, I didn't do that. They cast a Ponder. They're holding up Counterspell or Double Sprite. Let's go Petal. Petal. Cast Grim Search. Bargain away the Vault. They Dispel. I'll cast Reaping the Graves. Creatures come back. Right now we have 1, 2 towards the Vantasaur. So we have 3. I'll cycle a Carabid. No, that didn't work. Cycle the Carabid, paying black mana. Find a Songs of the Damned. Okay, I will discard Vantasaur. They get in for 2. We go to 12. They have infinite cards in hand. I'll cycle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try Gravestalker? Maybe not. Try the Gravestalker, I suppose. They're good with it. Okay, let's see if they use another cast down. Another cast down. Maybe this is just like not worth it. Like doing it that way, the way I've been doing, I'm just giving them the opportunity to play the cards that they're drawing. I'll cycle a Stinger, cycle a Horror. Although they've used 2 cast downs, right? So eventually they're gonna run out of cast downs. Play a Gravestalker. They have to use a counterspell. So double Sprite is a problem. Let's try cycling the Street Wraith or cycling the Stinger. Cycle the Street Wraith. If I find a Pyroblast, I think I can force through here. Dark Ritual. Cycle the Stinger. So if they let the Dark Ritual resolve, we can go for it. If they don't, then the Sprite will be on the table. They might not be baited into they might be baited into not countering this. Fortunately, I really need them to counter this. Okay, they did not. Cycle. Maybe they only have Counterspell in hand. We found the Pyroblast. Songs. They have Spellsetter. I have a Pyro. They have a Hydroblast. Okay, gets countered. We go Songs of the Damned. Then what's my plan? Dump a bunch of creatures? How many songs have I used? 2? 1, Reaping the Graves. We have 30 cards left almost. We'll target the Gravestalker first. So I think I might want to cast them. Then we'll go Street Wraith, go down the line. Maybe I could also try to find a Petal. I did find a Petal. Cycle. Street Wraith puts me to 4. Not sure if this is a good idea. Found a Pyroblast. Bring everything back. We'll go Petal. Make white. Play the Healer. Cycle the Horror. Cycle a Vantasaur. Cycle a Healer. We have 2 Gravestalkers we can cast right now. Cycle a Stinger in case I find another mana source. Alright, we'll go Gravestalker, Gravestalker. Cast a Gravestalker, and then pass. They're going to Ponder. These games are so complicated. Such a difficult scenario. Another Bojuka Bog. Okay. I guess I'm hard casting my Stinger then. Maybe I'll find a Lotus Petal and then I can play my Vantasaur out. Our opponent attacks with the Spellsetter Sprite. They have another Ninja of the Deep Hours. Okay. We go to 6. Plays a Fairy Seer. This game is weird. I'll cycle a Vantasaur just to start. Go to 7 life. Cycle a Healer. We have a Street Wraith. I feel like I want to play that soon anyway. We could attempt to cast a Stinger, then they Spellsetter, and I have a Pyroblast. They might have a Hydroblast here. They do have a Hydroblast. Do I attack? I think I hold back this turn. They have Spellsetter in hand. Another Fairy Seer. What a weird game. If I can get the Street Wraith on the table, then I can attack with the Gravestalker. Play a Relic. This Relic, fine. Probably cycle the Relic right now. They cycle the Relic. They attack in for 1. Okay. We have another Gravestalker, but I can't cast it for cheap. Play Street Wraith. It does have Swamp Walk. Counterspell. Okay. Play the Baron more. They're going to hardcast the Lorien Revealed. We're going to attempt to Pyroblast. Then they have to use their Spell Setter. Spell Setter Sprite. Okay. They get in for 2. We have a Cabal Ritual. I wonder if I should cycle the Stinger. Cycle the Stinger. Great Furnace. I will attack. I'll cycle the Gravestalker. Grim Search. 1, 2, 3. Guess I just Grim Search. Sacrifice the Black Land. Take Ritual. Go to 5. Dark Ritual. Hopefully this resolves. If they have Spell Pierce, I think I lose. Dark Ritual again. Cabal Ritual. Reaping the Graves. Get back my stuff. Play the Stinger. The Hydroblast. I'll cycle the Vantasaur. Cycle a Carabid. I can also cycle the Street Wraith. Wait, turn off auto yields. Let's see, this costs 2 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think I should cycle the Street Wraith. Go to 6. And then we'll go Gravestalker and a Gravestalker. And pass. Opponent plays out a Thorn of the Black Rose. That's a pretty good blocker for them. Plays a Relic of Progenitus. They cycle the Relic. We only have 8 cards left in our library. This has been one of the longest games I've ever played with Cycle Storm. They draw. They're afraid of dying. That is fair. Start by attacking with everything. Opponent has a cast down. Okay. So they're double blocking. Blocks with the fairy. We can Pyroblast. Kill a ninja. Their creatures are going to die. We'll cast a Carabid. Pass. They brainstorm. I mean, I really do think that we're still in the running here. Brainstorm into Cycle Lorien Revealed. Cast Lorien Revealed. Plays a Fairy Seer. And another Fairy Seer. They scryed bottom with the first one. They go top bottom with this one. I'm going to send in the team. Oh yeah, we're attacking for 17. They have to block at least 1 Gravestalker. Then they have to block 1 more creature. They choose to double block the healer. They're going to kill all their creatures? No, they're going to take 9. Okay, you're at 1. I'm the Monarch. Guess I shouldn't have F6 because I could have found a Pyroblast there. They play an island. They have 4 cards in hand. They pop off a Duress. Fine. Another Thorn. They can't afford to attack, so if they have, what, maybe like the 5th cast down? Let's attack in. We drew a Stinger. They're going to flash in a Spell Setter Sprite. Block everything. No, they just concede. Okay. I can't believe we won that game. That was a long game. We got to stay ahead on clock. Crazy. All right, game 3 for all the marbles. We got to stay ahead on clock. We're going to mulligan a no-lander and keep this one. Getting rid of Ritual. Actually, that was a mistake. I could have ritualed out the Horror of the Broken Lands. That was not a good idea. Ritualing out the Horror of the Broken Lands would have been really good. So turn to Petal Ritual Horror and then play the Gravestalker. All right, well, let's think about what we're going to do here. Vault of Whispers, pass. We got to get our creatures on the table ASAP. Opponent plays an island, passes a turn. I will cycle a Carabid. A little worried about the time constraints. Go to my turn. Play Vault, pass. They play an Aquifer. Let's cycle the Street Wraith. 2 creatures in the graveyard. Songs of the Damned. Okay. Play a Baronmoor. Pass the turn. They brainstorm. Plays an island. I think I cycled a Baronmoor. I could just try to make the land drops and then hardcast stuff. Cycle a Vantasaur. 3 creatures in the graveyard. Find a Cabal Ritual. Another Gravestalker. Let's play Lotus Petal. Cycle a Horror. Make black. Cast a Gravestalker. Cast a Gravestalker. Okay. So I have 2 5/4s on the table. Opponent currently doesn't have any pressure. They cast down a Gravestalker. Let's see if they have the Bojuka Bog now. They have the Bojuka Bog. I'm going to cycle a healer. Find a Songs. Now I have to just attack. They go to 15. They're going to flash in. No, they cycle a Lorien Revealed. We're slightly down on clock. So I'm F6ing, trying to maintain my clock. Okay. I will attack for 5. When it goes to 10, they flash in a Spell Setter Sprite. Do they have the Ninja? They get in. Ninja the Deep Hours. They draw a card. 5:45 on clock for them. There's Relic. Unfortunate. I will spit off a Cabal Ritual in response. And then eat the Cabal Ritual. A Stinger. I'll attack for 5. I will cycle the Stinger. Finding a Great Furnace. They crack the Relic. Okay. Flashes in the Sprite. Brainstorm. So my best draw is like a string of cyclers, like a couple of cyclers into, or maybe just even things I can hardcast. They're incentivized to attack with the Ninja still. They play a Fairy Seer, so now they don't really need to worry about attacking with the Ninja. They can just keep getting in. That kind of stinks. They go bottom. They attack for 3. Another Ninja the Deep Hours. Bummer. I guess I'm on defense now. I'll cycle. We have a Street Wraith. Let's try a Cabal Ritual. They can just Ninja that, or just Spell Setter. think I have to cycle a Street Wraith. We have a Grim Search. Attempt to Grim Search. Okay. So I have another Songs. I don't know if I need that many. I have a Grim Search. I have a Lotus Petal. Okay. I'm going to pass the turn. They flash in the Sprite again. So this could mean that they have some other big creature to get in. Like if they have an Okiba it's a problem, I guess. They're going to cast Alluring Revealed, leaving open potential for 2 counterspells. They attack in for 2. I'll go to 6. They have another Ninja. Moon Circuit Hacker. We have a Stinger. We have 6 cards in the graveyard. Play out a Lotus Petal. The Stinger could actually kill them. They're going to Sprite the Lotus Petal. Okay. Play a Cabal Ritual. Play Stinger. They Hydroblast the Stinger. So now I just have to find a Reaping, I guess. Bargain. There's a Reaping. Okay. Can I finish the game? Songs of the Damned. Reaping the Graves. I can only cycle 1 Street Wraith. So let's not even get them back, I guess, for the moment. Or maybe I get 1 back. Get the Carabid. Street Wraith. Healer. Carabid. Stinger. Phantasaur. We are down 1 petal. What was the last thing I clicked? I guess I just clicked these 2. Cycle, go to 1 life. There's a Lotus Petal. So I guess I cast the Songs of the Damned, and then they die. Bring everything back. Petal. This was an insane match, if we can take it here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast the Stinger. I guess I need to find 1 cycler in the rest. Opponent gives me the well played. Thank you very much. Really intense. Probably insane. They said that they punted by casting the Alluring Revealed. Cycle, 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 cycle. We take down Dimir Fairies. Woo! 3-1 on to round 5. Okay, round 5. Got lands and cyclers. The not black land is a problem. We're on the draw, so we have an extra look for a land. If I find a second land, the cycling velocity goes up a bit, and I've never played against this player. They're probably a blue player. Ooh, Colony Garden. Probably Gardens. Like Furnace Pass. Could also be a couple of weird tokens-based strategies. Play a Bajuka Bog. Glad I didn't cycle my main phase. This can be a tough matchup. Find a ploy. I'll cycle a healer. Trying to find a land. We didn't. We were going to have to discard the ploy. When it goes Wellspring into a Colony Garden. Now this deck has so much hate. We will cycle Phantasaur. Getting close to the point where we just... Right, I'll discard the Horror because I can't cycle it right now. I just need a black source at this point. We have 4 creatures in the graveyard. They Fanatical Offering the Wellspring to draw 3 cards. Their removal spells like Snuff Out and Cast Down. They have the Spell Bomb. Okay. I mean, I can't do anything. I have to just keep cycling. Discard the Scob. They map onto the plant. We're just trying to find a black source. Putting a Tiding Blade on the table so that they can dispute it later. It's crazy. Cycle the Stinger. No black sources. Discard Cabal Ritual. I think I die. They cycle the Troll for a swamp and play it. Plays the Crypt Rats. Gets in for 1. Cycle. Completely insane. Pass the turn. My opponent is being really greedy with the Spell Bomb though. They play Thorn in the Black Rose. They get in for 2. I'm going to go to the next game. So we don't really have a shot here if they play it all correctly, and I don't really feel like waiting on them to try to mess up, but I mean, we could have played to have them mess up. So we're going to bring in a Swamp, cutting it for that for a Petal, and then cut 2 Cabal Rituals for 2 Siege Smashes. Just trying to make land drops, which I was unfortunately not able to do there. Siege Smash can handle these Spell Bomb. Okay, we're on the play. No lands. This would be a sad end. So this is fine. We just put back the Baronmoor. We're expecting our opponent to have Duresses and stuff. Put back the Baronmoor. I'll play the Great Furnace, pass the turn. Our opponent leads on a Colony Garden. We can just cycle a creature. We draw a Lotus Petal and a Lotus Petal. Play the Vault of Whispers and pass. So we've stalled out a bit. We don't have very much velocity. They play a Swamp. They're passing the turn, leaving up their Dispute Effect. I'll cycle. We still call them Deadly Dispute Effects, even though there's no Deadly Disputes. Cycle again. 3 creatures in the graveyard. We draw a Baronmoor. I mean, I could try cycling it. See if I find a different land. Draw a Street Wraith. I think I should probably pass. And then cycle the Street Wraith on their end step. They Fanatical the plant, as expected. Our opponent plays a Swamp. No Bajuka Bog this turn. They do have 8 cards in hand. They play Limbus. Okay. So we'll go to their end step. Cycle the Street Wraith. 4 creatures in the graveyard. We have another Dark Ritual. Let's cycle the Street Wraith. We have 5 creatures in the graveyard. We have a Dihada's Ploy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Petal, Petal, Ritual, Ritual. And then Storm is 5. We can Reaping, get back everything, and Street Wraith a couple times. I'm not pressured into winning, so I guess I pass. Opponent's going to hit us with the Last Rites. What should I do? I guess I just Dark Ritual, and then Reaping. How many cards are they going to discard? Who wins this battle? I'm surprised that we're getting hit with the Last Rites. Okay, I guess I just see what happens. So clearly I should have gone for it. Last Rites. Bummer. They discard 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Maybe they have a Bojuka Bog now. They're just going to play a Bojuka Bog. I think I got outplayed here. They clearly are taking the Reap in the Graves. Discarding the Ploy doesn't make any sense, but they're choosing it. Here they go, Ploy, Petal, Petal, Reaping. They're taking my Ritual. Having a hard time with this one. Okay, they leave me with double Petal, and they play the Bojuka Bog. That was sucky. We could have been much deeper in the deck with basically the same hand. Yeah. Pass. When it plays a Swamp, they're going to jam an Avenging Hunter. I got absolutely destroyed here. This was probably my fault. I recognized that there was an opportunity for me to go for it, and maybe I should have, but I did not expect Last Rites. I have nothing I can do, so I will pass. Really unfortunate. I don't know that I would have seen that one coming. I mean, clearly I didn't, but my vibes said to make it happen. They bin a Snuff Out off of a map. They have an 8/7 Avenging Hunter. Yep. We can Street Wraith down to 6 life. We can cycle the Carabid. 4 cards in the graveyard. And that's it. GG. So we ended up in 3-2. We had some really powerful games where I feel like I was able to actually navigate it in a successful manner. But in the end, it's still a hard deck to play. And knowing all the different scenarios can be one of the things you have to actually just get experience from. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. I know after I trophied, people really wanted to see it. So let me know if this is something that you enjoy. If you did, make sure to share it, prop up the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.